Temple Israel of Hollywood. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to my home and to my kitchen. I'm here with Shelly Fox, our extraordinary Cantorial soloist, and Micah Wexler, professional chef. Micah founded Wexler's Deli and is launching a line of products that include smoked fish and pasture-raised marinated chicken. You're definitely going to want to try it. He is a dad in our Bay Nimoy PCC.
That is the most important.
Without a doubt. So tell us what we're making today.
We are making a Yerushalmi Kugel, or a Jerusalem Kugel, which is a Hasidic dish that is made a lot of times for Shabbat and also very, very popular for Rosh Hashanah and the high holidays. And it's different from any kugel that you've ever had. We're basically going to make a caramel that the noodles are going to cook in. So it's going to have this really dark, intense, earthy, almost slightly bitter, just before burnt sugar thing, and then that's balanced out with a whole lot of black pepper. So you have this sweet, caramely, bitter, little bit spicy from the black pepper, all comes together. It's intense in all of the best ways.
Amazing. What kind of noodles do you use for that?
I'm actually just using an angel hair noodle. That's one of the things that makes this a little bit different too, is normally for kugel you have kind of wider noodles and they're sort of wavy, and so this one uses a thin angel hair noodle, and everything gets like really compacted and a little bit more dense than a kugel that you're like a traditional Ashkenazi kugel.
How long have you been cooking?
I started cooking with my mom, my grandmothers, even my dad. It was just something that I grew up around and always gravitated towards.
I'd say for so many of us, the family recipes that get passed down from generation to generation are so very much a part of these holidays.
Definitely.
And what makes it feel like home.
As a chef, I'm the type that really cooks from taste memory. And when I make things and they bring me back to a certain place, food has that ability to just sort of instantly transport us back to a place and time and feel like you're there again. So especially with the holidays, that's a really nice feeling.
So I think we're gonna do some cooking.
Let's do it, yeah.
Throw the noodles in there?
I think this is a really simple dish. There's not a lot of ingredients. So I think one of the things that's really important is to focus on really high quality ingredients. So I'm using a sugar here that's called turbinado sugar, which actually still has the molasses in the sugar. So it's like a very dark brown sugar that's gonna give us some really nice flavors in this. Then we have clarified butter or ghee, not traditional in this dish, usually made with oil, but this is going to make it a lot better. Some really great eggs here. This is pasture-raised eggs, one of my favorite brands. I always go after these for eggs. And then some fresh ground black pepper. And quite a bit of it.
That's a lot.
I don't know if we'll end up using it. We might not use it all, but like I said, this dish really needs to have that pepper.
We are gearing up for a sweet and peppery year.
That's right. You should always have a little struggle in your year.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So should we get the pasta going? The water already boiling here with a little bit of salt. Put a pound and a half or a box and a half.
It's gonna be a big kugel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can kind of eat this kugel and survive for a couple days. I think,
Good to know.
It'll be all right. So I'm gonna let it boil like a little bit shy of fully cooked, because it's gonna cook in the oven for about an hour and a half. So I don't want it to get soggy. It's still good for it to have a little bit of that bite. We'll just give it a little bit of a stir. So if you have a little bit of vegetable oil too, I'm just going to mix that in here. This is just going to help while we're waiting and making the caramel that goes in there so everything doesn't stick together.
And you say, just a little bit of oil, it's not just a little bit of oil. That's good to
More
know.
than just a little bit?
That's what I tend to default to, so
Right.
it makes me feel better watching you do that.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
Telling us what drew you to Temple Israel of Hollywood.
Yeah.
It might have been your friend Zach Lasker, right?
Oh, Zach could have something to do with it. My wife is definitely, she's pretty thorough on checking things out. She was like, okay, we got to check out this place and this place. And we were just really drawn to Temple Israel. It seemed like a wonderful community from when we first got there. And, we knew a couple of families that were either already there or were going to be going and who had really nice things to say. And we were like, this is perfect. The ECC, it was very creative, it was very artistic, I could tell that a lot went into what they were going to be creating for the kids, and it just seems like the right place for us.
Well, we love hearing that.
Yeah.
We're very proud of our schools and happy to have you.
Awesome. Somebody want to do the honors of emptying that into this pot? Perfect.
Yeah, good.
Your emptying skills are approved.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna get probably about 2 cups of sugar into here too. Really, want to watch very carefully because it can go from caramel to burnt really fast, and if we get burnt, then we gotta start again. And nobody wants to do that, right? All right, should we do some egg cracking?
Sure.
It's an Ashkenazi Jewish dish, so we're not shy on the eggs. We're actually going to use the entire dozen here.
Wow.
So if you want to get those all cracked up in
Will
there.
do.
And then here's for the eggshell.
I'm making music.
Lucky you.
Is there going to be a solo coming with this?
That's an eggs.
Great job. Okay, so to this, we're going to add some black pepper, the secret ingredient. Really important to use fresh ground. You buy the already ground pepper. It has things in there that are not pepper. I don't know, tree bark, ants, who knows. So this is, and it has no
grind it
potency.
yourself,
Yeah, this has, you can smell it, like, it's
that's amazing.
it's strong.
Yeah.
So we want to get a good amount in here.
Oh, I can smell
I'm
it.
gonna start off probably 2 or 3 tablespoons.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, how long does it take you to grind that?
Well, I have a little electric grinder, so no, I wasn't sitting there like this all
That's
day
what
long.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, 10
Yeah,
minutes
right.
before.
Alright, so you guys want to come check out the caramel now. You can see it sort of caramelizing in
Oh, yeah.
little
Look at that.
pieces like that. It's a good thing I came back over here. I was listening to that egg solo, I almost forgot about the caramel. One thing about this, the turbinado sugar, it takes a little bit longer to break down because it's got a bigger crystal to it, but it will get there.
How did you learn how to smoke meats and cure meats?
You know what? I really taught myself. I think things that took time and took some process. The cool thing about curing and smoking, there's no way to rush it. You can have any piece of technology or whatever, but there's no substitute for time.
There's some wisdom for the
Right?
house.
Yeah.
Are you a patient person by nature?
Well, you know what? I'm really not a patient person by nature. I think that was part of the struggle for me.
Forces it.
Yeah, it was like, oh man, I gotta really wait on this right now. I want to taste it, but it's not. I gotta wait another couple weeks, I didn't really have anybody who taught me. It was just sort of a journey on my own to learn how to do it. Yeah, and you can see how it starts to froth like that. This is the point where you really need to be careful because you can go from really great caramel to burnt caramel in a second, and that is perfect.
I see you really have to stir it. You have to
Yeah, so we want to go
constantly
straight from this right to the noodles over here.
Wow.
smells so good.
That smells delicious. I can't believe I've spent all this time in Yerushalayim and never had a Yerushalmi Kugel.
Right?
How is that possible?
Yeah, and I'm just going to dump everything in there. And just make sure it's nice and even. So let's get it into the oven.
Nice.
It
Look at
pops
that.
right off.
Round for Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah. Oh, I hear that crispy.
Yeah.
And if we did things right, it'll have a nice dark caramel color, which it does.
It does. Piping hot.
That pretty good. Yerushalmi Kugel right there.
That is delicious.
It's so good.
Really wonderful.
Oh, that pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Comes in after a second, right?
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
That's good.
Micah, thank you so much.
Of
This
course.
has been amazing. We want to wish everybody a Shanah Tova, a sweet, happy, healthy new year. Try this kugel, and we'll see you soon.